Welcome to the Mitten Music Podcast. A couple of guys just chilling, hanging out, talking about Michigan music, all the things that make up our Michigan music community. It is the Mitten Music Podcast. Thanks for joining us. We have a great episode lined up for you right now.
This is part 2 of our Sounds of the Zoo episodes. This time we went down to the Sounds of the Zoo on Saturday. We sat at Bronson Park all day long. Got to hear a lot of great live music down at that great space in that area. There was also shows going on in front of the State Theater. And in about a 3-block radius, there was music going on all day long. It was great. We got the opportunity to interview some of the bands that played there that day. We even interviewed one of the vendors. So it was a really great time. And this episode is a compilation of those interviews throughout the day. So take a listen, and they're quick 10, 15-minute interviews, and we pop right through them. So enjoy it. Once again, thanks, Jennifer Hudson Prenkert, for putting on this amazing festival and for having us there to do this. It was a great experience for us, and hope you enjoy these interviews.
So we got Kyle Brown from Kyle Brown and the
Human Condition.
Yeah.
We play the heck out of...
Is that one on?
Hello.
All right. That's why. There we go.
Kyle, we play the heck out of Conundrum on the Sonic Coast.
Excellent, thank you.
I'm Ryan, and I do nights on the Sonic Coast as well.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm familiar with your music.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for talking to me today.
Yeah. So you just played over at the State Theater.
Yeah, I played in front of the State Theater at 1 p.m. Acoustic set, and that was really fun.
So how's that different than when you play with the Human Condition?
The songs are similar, similarly executed, but the arrangement's just slightly different. I use a looping pedal, so I kind of create a backing track as I play.
Yeah.
Try and get as close to the original arrangement as possible. So in that sense, it's similar, but other than that, it's softer, kind of a different approach. But yeah. So just slightly different.
Heck yeah.
With the acoustic
Yeah.
approach.
Well, it's cool that you're able to do that, though. And like I said, it's probably a little different because you get the pedal, looping pedal, and that's a little thing to add to your efforts, but it does bring that sound.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, you still get the vibe of the song.
Yeah.
By doing that, and I do a lot of acoustic performances at smaller venues that don't host bands, that kind of thing. So
yeah.
How often do you think you play? On a weekly basis? Is it a couple times a month? Once a month?
I probably play in the summer 5-6 times a week. In the fall, and winter, spring a couple times a week.
Oh wow! I was expecting to hear like once a week. Like I always expect to hear like a once a week thing, but dang.
I wish I could do, and I hope I can do in the future, a lot more shows with the Human Condition. I think all said and done at the end of this year, we'll be at about 23 or 24 shows.
Nice.
And then I play lead guitar in a band called Calico. That's pretty new out of Muskegon.
Okay.
Calico.
They are kind of a reggae rock band.
Cool.
And we've got a single online. You can check out 2 singles online on Spotify or any streaming service you can check out.
Yeah.
And I just do lead guitar on that stuff. And in addition to that, I occasionally still play with King Possum, Mark Lavengood, Nate Walton, and Andy Zamowski. But aside from that, I do just a lot of solo acoustic stuff. Like I said, at smaller breweries and pubs and things like that. 100 or so a year.
Still a freaking lot.
Yeah, you got your hands in a lot of different things. So
Exactly.
Keeps you busy.
Yeah, always like to be busy with music.
Heck yeah. So what's new up and coming with anything coming out with any of your bands or your projects?
So right now, the Human Condition and I are doing some writing. We're working on hopefully releasing some singles throughout the winter and spring. We're working on a collaboration with a band out of Portland, Oregon called Ezra Bell. I lived out there in my early 20s and made a relationship with a singer-songwriter named Ben Whammett. And so we're working on a single with them and just doing some other writing, hopefully releasing a slew of singles throughout 2025. And aside from that, Calico's kind of also doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in a writing process and going back in the studio this winter to do some singles as well. Yeah. So
does that make it challenging if you're working on 2 different bands and writing music at the same time? I mean, you've got slightly different sounds. So how, does that sometimes cross and help, or
It's just a different approach for me. For Calico, we write a lot all together. I'll bring riffs to the table and that kind of ideas, and we'll just grow them together. Whereas with the Human Condition, since I'm the primary singer-songwriter, I write most of the lyrics out, kind of most of the parts, and then I take that to the band and we kind of hash it out and fine-tune it. Where are we going to do an instrumental break? Where are we going to do maybe we'll put a double time thing in there. So, and we all work those out over the course of a few rehearsals, and then we'll kind of find where we like it. And from there, we kind of road test it, play it live as much as we can.
That's good.
And then, yeah.
sweet?
So it's just two different approaches, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So what do you got going on the rest of the year? What shows can we call out?
Well, today we're playing the Park Theater tonight. Human Condition and I are playing there for their Parktoberfest. And then later, let's see.
It's just so much.
I know we just caught you on this.
Yeah,
It's all good.
I'm trying to think of my schedule. I know we just booked a show in Detroit at the Lager House.
Okay.
We played in there last spring, and that was awesome. And we're playing with an artist named Hunter Root. Great kind of bluesy, rootsy vibe, rock and roll. Aside from that, we're doing. He said I could promote it, even though he hasn't technically announced it yet. But the Temple Lounge is what 7 Steps Up.
Okay.
The 7 Steps Up building. Chris has purchased it and is rebranding it as the Temple Lounge. I think they've just done 1 or 2 events there, but they're starting to do more.
That's cool.
We'll be playing there Thanksgiving Eve, so the night before Thanksgiving, with the Legal Immigrants and Benji the Lion, who is actually a stand-up comedian. So 2 bands and a stand-up.
That's cool. I
interesting.
love that
Yeah.
when a comedian get involved.
Yeah, so
That's
that'll
cool.
be fun.
Is the comedian in between the sets? or
No, he's
before?
ending the night.
Ending.
So it's us and then the Legal
Interesting.
Immigrants, and then he is doing that thing. And they're wrapping it in with some sort of benefit, but I apologize because I don't remember
It's
the
fine.
exact cause they're doing that with us. So
Sweet.
aside from that, we're working on doing a few shows maybe throughout the winter, something in an early spring, something in Grand Rapids, something in Muskegon, hopefully. So but right now it's just kind of.
Have you guys ever played the deck in Muskegon?
We have. We
Yeah,
did,
I figured you would be someone that would be able to play there.
Yeah, we did a cool event there in June, and it sounds like we're going to try and do it again as an annual thing. We called it
Cool.
Deck Fest. It was us, the Human Condition, Calico, and Flexidecibel from Muskegon, and their saxophone player that plays with them sometimes, the Brandino Extravaganza. Have you heard of him?
No.
He's out of Grand Rapids, and he loops guitar stuff and occasionally does his sax stuff with his solo set. Really cool loop set.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah,
that
really
sounds
cool
fun.
stuff. And he plays saxophone with Flexidecibel as well. So hopefully next year we'll have a bigger lineup, more than just Muskegon musicians. And just kind of want to grow that every year. So hopefully every June we'll be doing that. So take a look out for that.
We will
in 2025.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's easy to promote the deck shows because it's just a cool place. Like, you want to tell people to go there regardless of who's playing.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's just a cool thing to check. Even one time. If you don't like it, you don't have to go back. But try it one time. I think.
Yeah, I don't know how you're not gonna like.
Yeah, I got hooked.
Right on the beach.
Yes,
though.
it's so
Exactly.
cool. We love it.
Yeah, definitely. So how can people find more about your different projects, Kyle?
Well, social media is probably the best way to stay informed as far as new music and events and all that kind of stuff. You can follow me, just Kyle Brown. Kyle Brown and the Human Condition also is all across social media. And, you can find us on any streaming platform, too, if you want to check out our music. And my website, kylebrownmusic.com.
Okay. Does it have information on all the bands on your website or not?
It'll have all the shows I play. Solo,
So whatever it's
band,
band or solo or whatever.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll
Okay,
specify
that's the
that.
important.
Exactly.
Awesome. Heck yeah.
All right. Good. We'll have Ketchum here, down here.
Have fun.
Appreciate you guys.
Walking around and continuing to keep on keeping on.
Yeah, good talking to you guys.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks for enjoying the music.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, take care.
Yep. Guys, how the heck are you?
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing pretty good. So what is your band name?
Airplane Weather.
Airplane Weather?
Yeah.
All right.
That is cool. That's cool.
It is
I like
cool.
that.
It is
Airplane Weather. Where did you come up with that?
So we weren't able to decide on a name,
Yeah,
and we were bouncing between a couple that were pretty awful. And yeah,
it's always the case.
one was Monkeys Discover Magic.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's not
I don't
bad.
want to hear any criticism on that.
That's not
That was
bad.
fire.
But we were it was at my friend's birthday party, and we were in the backyard, and it was like a beautiful summer day, and it was like, this feels like a day that you'd see airplanes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's airplane weather. It was a really lame joke.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
It was just an offhanded comment.
And I was like, wait, hold on.
yeah.
Say that again.
Rewind that.
That's awesome. So what kind of music is airplane weather?
We on the Sounds of Zoo page just says indie rock with 90s
Ooh,
90s alt rock
yeah.
Okay. All right.
influence, a Midwest emo and power pop.
Yeah.
So those are the
I even say we have some garage rock in somewhere.
yeah.
I like it.
How long you guys been together as a band?
2021.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
We all started from scratch.
Mhm.
So like, we didn't have like a good song until a year ago.
Exactly.
Hey, you got to take
That's
some
cool.
time to build up. Yeah.
And you're from Kalamazoo?
Yeah, we're from Kalamazoo.
Okay.
What were you going to say, David? Were you going to say something else?
Yeah, I was about to say we just kind of I can't. No one will be able to see this because it's on the radio. Like I'm just saying.
No, we got video too.
Oh,
But yeah, it's like a very what do you call it? The math thing where it goes up really high. Exponential increase.
Ooh,
Wow.
it's increasing exponentially.
Yeah, that's how I would describe our quality.
Oh, exponential. That means it's always increasing.
Yeah.
Good.
So you got
Good for you guys.
how many original songs you guys put together so far?
8.
Yeah, our set was like 7 originals, and then we have even more that were like.
Oh yeah, no, seven originals. We have an instrumental track. That's us.
8.
7 and 2 covers.
Okay.
That's for
Cool.
That. We have several songs that we're working on right now.
And pardon me for asking this question again. Where were you guys just playing? Where did you play just a little while ago?
It was Burnham
Burnham and Flower at 1 p.m.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's awesome.
And a big crowd.
Was it?
Yeah.
Feels good?
Yeah.
You guys played well?
I would say.
Yeah?
There's some spots where
We it was our first public performance. We got a lot to learn.
Oh, it's your first public performance?
Yeah, we did 2 other garage performances. Yeah, we had some issues.
there's a little issues. But I feel like
But I feel like we noticed that more than everyone else because everyone else.
That's always the case.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys are going to pick up on the little things that didn't go right because you know what's supposed to go right, right?
I mean, it just tells me that the next gig we do is going to be even better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Do you guys have anything on streaming services for people to listen to?
Not yet.
Not quite yet. So you got your songs
That's where
kind of written, and maybe you're tweaking them.
Yeah.
Then the next phase is maybe recording them.
Planning on La Luna Studios. That's where.
Oh. Yeah, you know what's up.
Yeah. That place is
I heard they're really good when you want to press vinyl.
That's really
Like I've heard that they're really good at pressing vinyl or something.
I kind of want to as well. So, yeah.
That'd be
to have
cool.
that. Bill, you want to say anything?
No, we've gotten better over time, and I learned 2 big lessons when I was playing today.
Oh.
Number 1, bring water. Number 2, bring a carpet for the kick drum so it doesn't slide.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough.
Cypress
Little
is
trick
drummer.
there.
Always learning a little something every day. Good job, guys. Do you guys have any shows planned upcoming at all?
No, I think we want to do a Clover Room show.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to say about the Black Lodge.
Black Lodge.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
sounds.
Underground venues.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that like a house party type
Yeah,
venue?
Yeah, it's fine neighborhood.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah. It's just down the road down here.
We can't give away
Yeah.
too many details because it's the house.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
But I heard there's a great house scene around here.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Yeah. So what are some of your guys' influences to come up with this music that you guys create?
right. Well, Zayd Elrod, he's the vocalist.
Yeah. So a lot when I was whatever I was listening to it. Nirvana, that's a
Okay.
big obvious one. Modern Baseball is one of my favorite bands. I have been influenced by them.
I was getting mixed up because up next playing here is fake baseball, and I was like,
yeah,
what is it? Oh, wait, no. That one.
modern baseball. I'd also say Tom Petty,
Okay.
Pavement,
Okay. Yeah.
Good for you.
Phoebe Bridgers. I kind of took, even though she's more folky, I kind of took some
Yeah.
just inspiration from more of her indie rock sound.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, it's a nice mix there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The different
What
sounds.
would you say your influence is? Because he's on the drum kit.
I like to listen to ethnic music, specifically from like Latin America. I like Los Hermanos Rosario, y like classic artists also like forgetting his name. The one with Cien Años, whichever. Yeah, I really like him. And yeah, Pink Floyd, ELO, classic bands like that. too.
Okay. Sweet.
And then me as a lead guitarist, I would say I draw most of my influences from most like classic rock and like modern like 2000s indie rock. So I'm a big ELO fan, of course, and I draw a lot from like basically a lot of classical hard rock bands like Led Zeppelin or even like definitely Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, which is not one of them.
Yeah.
The Jimi Hendrix Experience is definitely a big influence on me, and yeah, I would say that's where I kind of pull a lot.
That's
of my
awesome.
guitar tricks.
Sweet. Good stuff.
Well, cool.
Well, we're going to look forward to when you guys do record some music and we can listen and share it. We definitely will do that.
We will
Yeah.
definitely put it out, and we will like some promotion for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot us a note, and we'll get it out on one of our weekly playlists.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
And we will keep an eye out for when Airplane Weather plays again.
Flying again sometime.
Yeah, for sure. You guys will, and we'll take note. We'll see. We'll notice. We'll
Yeah.
come check you out. It's good stuff.
sure.
That's awesome.
Thank you for doing this.
Hey, well, thanks for joining me, popping by. It's awesome.
Good
Well,
stuff.
do you guys have some social media,
Oh yeah, we got an
Accounts out there?
Instagram. We got it and a TikTok.
Instagram, and a TikTok?
Plane underscore web underscore band.
We'll create some clips from this, and we'll tag you in some stuff.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
You guys got an Instagram too, right?
Yeah, we sure
yeah.
do.
I'll make sure I follow.
Yeah,
we love it.
Instagram right now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good stuff. We appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Bye.
That's Dave Elrod on lead vocals and rhythm guitar. I'm David Yame on lead, backing vocals and lead guitar. And
Bye.
yeah, Phil Cyrus on the drums and backing.
So we.
right.
Thanks a lot, dudes.
Our next interview was with Saxsquatch, as in saxophone and squatch. In his interview, he had a plethora of information about the Kalamazoo music scene.
Fantastic.
Jared, how the heck are you?
Doing good.
Yeah.
A little sweaty, so sorry about your cans, but
Nah,
That's
it's all
all
right. You got plenty.
You've been busy today.
yeah, I didn't
Oh my gosh!
didn't expect to be as busy as I was, but I
No?
don't have that. So
All
And you
right.
pull like what were you not expecting to do?
just Samuel, so
Popping
okay.
up there.
So Carolyn Cable, who's Samuel's percussionist
Yep.
and drummer, we were in a band called Great Lakes Brass. We played last night. And she runs up to me right before their set and was like, "You're gonna jump up at the end of the set?" I said, "Sure." So I did that.
You just jump up there and you can pull it off, right?
Try to. we go for it. Yeah.
good.
And then I used to be in fake baseball. I actually wrote a couple of those tunes they played today. So
Okay.
or helped write. I helped write a handful, and yeah. So they were like, "You want to play this and this and this?" And I said, "Sure." So they moved the set around and made it work. So
Cool.
That's awesome.
You're on demand. I mean, you're
trying
in
to be.
demand, I should say.
Yeah, something like that.
So tell us a little bit about. I mean, you were here today originally, right? To be
Saxsquatch and Bridge Band. That's
Yeah.
my group. Yep.
yeah. So how? Tell us a little bit about that group and how long has that been going on?
Oh God. 15 years technically.
Okay.
So yeah, some of those tunes are we actually played the oldest tune in the catalog, which I wrote in 2009. So
wow.
yeah, so that's an old project. It's been through a lot of different lineups. But yeah, it's basically that's what it is right now. So
Cool.
doing that a long time here in Kalamazoo. Played every venue I think in town.
Wow. Got any shows coming up? Any more shows with them?
The next thing we have on the books, the last show this year with Saxsquatch and Bridge Band is going to be Bells on December 7th.
Okay.
This is the official announce. Bells on December 7th with Basic Comfort. So
Okay.
Ooh.
you got the scoop on that. How about that?
There you go.
Yes.
Love it.
You're
Love it.
always giving us back. Always giving back to the community.
There
It
you
sounds
go.
like you're doing.
So that group's been around 15 years.
Yeah.
You obviously been playing sax probably a lot longer than that. You do some amazing things on that instrument.
Thank you. I started, let's see. My first instrument was, I guess I goofed around on a guitar when I was really young. My dad had like a little toy guitar for all of us. I have two brothers and we all just goofed on guitars. I started playing violin in 4th grade because my parents were like, well, if you want to play the saxophone, you should learn how to read music, because I always wanted to play the saxophone. And then, switched to clarinet in 5th grade, played that until 7th grade. So I was 12. And I'm 36 now, so 24 years.
Yeah. All right.
So there you go. Long enough to know better.
You can play some instruments, so that's cool.
Yeah, try to. Yeah.
obviously are very creative and musically inclined, so that's cool.
I try to be.
I dig your style, I guess. Is
you very
like I can see it, throughout the different projects, whatever, and we've been looking you up, so it's good stuff, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I like playing, and I like writing. I like playing. I like supporting other people's music, and no.
So you were part of Fake Baseball for a while.
Yep.
Are you in any other projects right now?
Yeah, I played with Great Lakes Brass last night.
That's right.
I'll be playing with Dee Dee Alder's trio tomorrow at noon here. I play with Gregory Stovetop. I play lead guitar with him and saxophone.
Okay.
He's a rock and roller he was in New York for 17 years, but he's originally from Michigan, and he's back in Michigan. So that's
cool.
Great. We get to play a little more with him. Who else do I play with these days? There's a long list of people that call me when they need me. I play with Metal Bubble Trio as much as I can. They're a group out of Traverse City. Actually, Fake Baseball played a show with them last night.
Sweet.
Wow. I'm a little jealous of that, but but they're good friends of mine, and I try to play with them as much as I can. All kinds of stuff. Who else? Yeah, geez, all kinds of stuff.
Don't tell us you have like a full-time job too.
No, I have a part-time job.
There you go. Fair enough.
I have a part-time job. I have a couple part-time jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work for Piano Quest, which is a Kalamazoo-based piano moving and technician company.
Cool.
So I help. We actually do a lot of the pianos, most of the pianos for the Gilmore Piano Festival.
Oh wow. Okay.
Or we have for the last couple of festivals anyway. We're doing them again this year.
Yeah.
Next year. And then I work at Henry Auditorium.
Okay.
So, as a sound and stage technician.
So it's all revolves around music in one way or the other.
Yeah. I'm very sort of one-track minded. I also teach lessons, and I do guitar repairs on the side.
Okay.
Repairs. Yeah.
I'm a little jealous. Because I feel like I do lots of different things too, but they're not all are related to the same thing.
Yeah.
It's fun. That's cool.
Fun. Yeah, it is super fun. I love it.
So it seems like you're very connected to the Kalamazoo music community.
Yeah, I've been here a long time. So
what would you say about the community here?
There's a lot of different stuff going on. So there's a lot of ways to get involved with a lot of different sort of groups. There's a thriving blues community,
mm-hmm.
and then there's the sort of veteran rockers, I guess you'd say, the folks that have been doing it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And those groups kind of bump up together but don't really touch. And then there's the school, Western has a great jazz program.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a bunch of great jazz coming out in the community, and there's a whole R&B and hip hop set that is relatively underground, but then there's also the underground DIY rock and roll punk, post-hardcore stuff,
yep.
Experimental music, which is I've been heavily involved in that sort of universe for a long time. It's stuff.
Do you know Lucius Fox?
I do. Yep.
We love them. So,
yeah,
I love
they're great.
Them so much. We've interviewed them earlier this year, beginning of the year.
Yeah, Jeremy's a buddy.
That's awesome. Yeah, he is such a cool guy.
Yeah, he's great. Big fan.
Paul as well. Paul's cool too.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Lucius Fox is fun psycho doom stuff.
Right.
But yeah. Another band that I play with that I should mention is Shark Beach 2.
Shark Beach 2.
Yeah, actually Maggie Heron, who was singing Fake Baseball, and I, and a couple other folks. We have an EP out as Shark Beach 2, which is our surf rock band.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So you always play sax in all these projects, or do you?
No, I'm the drummer in that project. I play, like I said, I played guitar and sax for Gregory Stovetop. I'm gonna play a little bit bass with sax and bass tomorrow with Dee Dee.
Okay.
I was playing drums for a while with a band called Disco Behemoth.
Disco Behemoth.
Yeah, they're like a weird experimental kind of punk noise thing with a trumpet and a trombone that plug into guitar effects.
Yeah.
They shred. Yeah.
I'm down.
I play all kinds of instruments. I play acoustic guitar and sing sad songs in front of open mics too sometimes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does it all.
Do you write poetry?
Yeah.
Of course you do.
All right.
Right?
Well, the secret about poetry is the bad poetry is all sincere, So that's a bastardization of an Edgar Allan Poe quote. I think it was Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah.
We won't fact check it. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But yeah,
Cool,
no,
cool.
I do. I try to stay involved and play as much as I can. I love jamming. I love open improvisation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kalamazoo Saxophone Ensemble is another group that I should mention. We're gonna record soon, but that's just like 4 saxophone players, and we just go crazy.
Sweet.
Do you, man, how do you even have time for all this stuff?
Well, it's the secret is be okay with being broke, and just like prioritize. It's all about prioritizing like
Yeah.
things that are important, right? Like,
Yeah.
like I spend all my time kind of thinking about what I can do musically. So I spend a lot of time just playing, practicing. I practice every day. you
Yeah.
know, and it's like that's like a thing I do. Like eat and practice, and then anything else is secondary to like those. Keep yourself alive and clean, and then and then practice.
Yeah.
So
Sweet.
that's sort of been my universe recently.
Good
I
stuff.
like it.
Well, thanks for hanging out, Jared. That was sweet.
Yeah, no
That
problem.
was good stuff, man.
Yeah, good stuff today. Love that you jumped in on these different groups too, even though it was unexpected to you. It added a little element of different elements.
It happens a lot in the Michigan music scene. Like we just got off of Harvest Gathering, Earthwork Harvest Gathering,
Yeah. which
which unfortunately it's the last year that it's going to be the way that it has been for the last 10, 12 years.
Right.
But it's still a microcosm of like the thing as a whole, which is like it's not surprising where somebody be like, hey, jump on this track, hey, jump on this tune, hey, what are you doing tonight? I need a singer, I need a drummer, I need
Right.
this, or like, oh, do you have your horn in the car, or whatever, like, or hey, do you want to grab my guitar player's guitar and do it solo? Like, it's everybody, we're all on the same team, which is nice. It's not like a competitive. We're not like coastal.
Collaboration over competition.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we hear it
Yeah.
over and over again in
Yep.
this scene. And
Yeah.
it's a great thing.
Exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah. How you guys doing? You enjoying it?
Good.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And how long have you been doing the music thing?
Almost 3 years.
Yeah.
Almost 3 years. I remember seeing you guys pop up and be like, that seems cool. So
Every year gets a little bit better quality, better substance,
Do
better
something
content,
Yep.
added new stuff.
and you guys are in Grand Rapids?
Correct.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. Cool. How involved are you with WICE? Are you
We know Chris Kranick and we know what's
this guy over here?
Oh yeah.
He was our
We know
first
Jared
interview.
for sure.
There you go.
He was
Got to
legit
start with the
first
guy
interview.
who's got all the connections, right? So
Local Spins is such a successful program. A lot of people don't realize that Local Spins isn't WICE. It's
Yeah.
its own show. you know?
right, yeah.
People just assume, I talked to John, the guy who runs the radio station. It's like, no, he doesn't. Like,
It's just 1 hour a week.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
he does a lot more other things that you don't even know.
Exactly.
And the Sonic Coast, do you know what the Sonic Coast is? Have you, the sticker to your right
The
hand?
ones that I've been playing
Yeah,
with?
those ones. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
what is that?
that's an online internet radio station that plays.
that Jen just
Yep.
mentioned. Yeah,
So it's mostly Michigan music. There's some like classic rock deep cuts like
Sure.
spread throughout the day. But I'm on there 8 p.m. to midnight weeknight.
oh, cool. Very
Yeah.
good. Well, I'm going to take one of these stickers and put
Yeah.
it on my water bottle.
It's
There
a
you
cool
go.
station. It's the like I feel like I get to put some music on there. I'm a curator, and I'm like, okay, I know several bands that you're involved with that I'm going to get in there because it's the vibe of the station is everything you're talking about.
Nice. Cool. Well, we love it.
Yeah,
Well, thanks, boys. I appreciate you.
absolutely, Jared.
Thanks for stopping by.
Take it easy.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of the festival.
Next up, we talked to Derek from Local Spins. He's a photographer, and he's been doing it for years, and he was covering Sounds of the Zoo while we were down there.
Yeah, baby. How's it going?
It is going great.
Yeah?
It's been the busiest week of the year, music-wise, in Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
And Jennifer's done a fantastic job at bringing together all these bands
Right.
for everybody to enjoy.
And I feel like you've probably seen your share of different music festivals, concerts, shows, this, that, and the other thing. I mean, right? Was it
Oh, yeah.
10 years taking picture or photography for Local
For
Spins?
Local Spins, I'm coming into my 10th year working with Local Spins.
Yeah.
I've been outside of the pandemic years. I've been averaging between 100 and 150 shows a year to cover.
Dang, that's legit.
That is awesome.
Is that your full-time job?
No, it is not.
I'm
it
like,
is
oh my
not.
God, holy smokes.
Yeah, I also work at Norman Camera in Kalamazoo.
Oh,
Okay. So do you live here in Kalamazoo then?
I do.
Okay,
yeah.
so that makes sense. Do you come to Grand Rapids?
Occasionally.
Okay, so you
Occasionally, I
do. Sometimes you come to
Yeah.
Grand Rapids.
Yeah, the summer times, once in a while for the Meyer Garden shows, the occasional Van Andel Arena show.
Okay.
Some of the stuff down at the intersection.
Yeah.
Pyramids.
You save your times for the bigger, maybe the bigger event.
I cover so much down here. There's always a handful of shows that
For
I'd
sure.
like to get to up there and cover.
That's awesome.
So what is that for people who don't understand, covering when you're doing photography for live shows, like what is that experience like? What are you looking for when you're trying to take pictures or
Yeah, well, it all depends on the type of show. If it's more of the local musicians, I like to try to hang out most of the show so I can actually catch some of the highlight points of it.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of the national stuff. It's, first 3 or first 4 songs. And sometimes, a band's just finding their groove that early.
Mhm.
It's like really...
You've been around enough to know when the timing's right to get the best pictures, maybe.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, right.
That's cool.
So for a national act, you're kind of hitting the beginning.
Yeah, 3-4 songs is usually all that they let. Some of them open up to where it's just 3 songs up front and then kind of wander the venue for wide angle shots. But you got to get all your up close stuff like then and there. It's like you don't have a lot of do over.
Dang.
Okay.
I never would have thought about any of this kind of stuff. Really?
No.
A lot
But the
goes in-
local shows, you're free reign.
A lot of times, yeah. A lot of
Now,
times.
are you bouncing from show to show in one night?
As long as if there's a lot of shows, I try to.
Yeah.
I try to as much as I can. One of the reasons I came to work with local spins is because I find myself as passionate about local music as John has been over the years in Grand Rapids and as Jennifer has been in Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
I like to kind of show on a national level what we have here in Kalamazoo because really we've got about 75,000 people in this area. But we have shows going on 3 times a week, 4 times a week. Before the pandemic, it was 7 nights a week.
Yeah.
And it was so it's when you look at other communities our size across the country, they don't have as much focus on the arts as we do.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm finding I just want to share that with the world. So that's
That's awesome.
finding local spins is my platform for that to work with John and to do as much as I can to help the Kalamazoo music scene.
That's awesome. Did you do so? You work at was it Norman Cameron? Norman Cameron.
Yeah.
And you worked there for a while.
Yeah.
Have you done photography like you do for local spins previously, like before local spins, like
I actually worked
freelance photography?
I did a lot of freelance stuff. It was a combination of industries. I did a lot of automotive freelance work. I actually did some magazine work. It was all around like pre-65 hot rods and custom.
Whoa.
So that's actually what got me into the music photography. There was a car show in Iowa. It's called Vintage Torque Fest. It also doubles as Iowa's largest music festival.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That is
So
a thing.
they would usually book around 15, 20 bands over the weekend. It would be all different genres. So initially started off a lot of psychobilly, rockabilly, and music that goes along with your pre-65 era
For sure.
era cars. But now it's pretty much everybody. It's like locally I've seen, I've helped, get other bands to go out there. Bonehawk from Kalamazoo has played out there. Delilah DeWild has played out there a number of times.
For a second, I thought you said Tomahawk. I was like,
Oh,
what? What? Bonehawk. I feel like I have heard of them. Have you heard of Bonehawk? I feel like that name
I have
sounds
not.
good. Because that got me earlier when I saw Bonehawk and I thought Tomahawk. I was like, there's no way. Mike Pat's coming around here with his band.
Yeah,
One of his bands.
They're a great like 70s kind of like that 70s run.
Okay.
Yeah. That's cool. We'll have to check them out again. Bonehawk. That's one that's been in the back of my mind that I've thought about a few times. Bonehawk. Cool. Okay.
So what other bands or venues would you highlight around the Kalamazoo area?
Around Kalamazoo, it's a lot of what I do is around Bells. State Theater, I do a lot. I've done a lot of shows there in the past.
Cool.
Wing Stadium, with the loss of Deltaplex in Grand Rapids, there was kind of that missing spot of that 8,000 person venue.
Totally agree.
And that's really where where Wing Stadium really fits in now. It's I've been to shows. I've covered shows there when they had Billy Strings come.
Oh yeah.
And so that was like a full 8,000 person show. It's like Alice Cooper was there recently.
Yeah.
So it's kind of filling that void that West Michigan lost with Deltaplex closing.
So I heard a rumor that Billy Strings is moving to West Michigan.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
You haven't heard that? I have friends that are very good friends
It's
with
just a rumor,
the
folks.
Billy Strings camp.
We don't have
They're
confirmation.
looking. They just sold their house
Hey.
in Nashville. We'll see. I'm if that happened, that'd be so cool.
Oh, I
we
think
get to
so,
see him
too.
so much more.
Yeah, and you never know when. Too.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
See the
He'd
occasional
be
sit-in
popping up
happening.
Yeah. I'm just keep
Like,
your
you
eyes
know, I
peeled.
worked a fish show.
Yeah, right.
Van Andel.
Yeah,
It was
I'm sure.
so awesome
I'm
seeing
sure.
him on stage. That was the heartbreak of only being able to work 3 songs.
Right.
Was,
Oh,
Billy
yeah.
coming out.
That was
the
later
second
on in the
half,
night,
you
wasn't
know?
it?
It's like, oh, how great would it have been
Heck yeah.
to document that too.
Well, that's the cool thing about your job. You get to see all this music.
Yeah, a lot of yes.
Ton of it. Maybe not the whole shows all the time, but you get a
Yeah,
lot
I'm
of
in and out of a lot of venues, but I still, I love all kinds of music. So it's like whether it's a bluegrass band, blues band, different rock bands, experimental music. I'm all there for seeing what the artists are creating in West Michigan.
Now, have you talked to any other photographers that might be doing work just for the bands or anything like that?
Occasionally, I mean, through the working at the camera shop,
Okay.
it's like we're getting a lot of feedback between other photographers, and then when I run into photographers on the road for some of the national shows, it's great conversations with different people.
Yeah. That's cool. Very cool.
Derek, you're not from Muskegon, are you?
I am not. I'm from Grand Rapids
Do you have-
originally.
Do you have any family in Muskegon area? I know a Ketchum.
I do have
Ashley
some relations.
Ashley Ketchum. Is that name?
I'm not 100%
No.
sure.
I was just curious. I feel like I don't hear that last name very often, so I'm sorry.
I know there was just a few of us in the
Yeah.
room, but when I moved to Kalamazoo, I found out there was a whole page of people.
Oh, gee.
Whoa.
Family
I have a bunch of relatives over here. I was just curious. Sorry. I totally derailed our conversation. That's per usual, though.
Well, cool. Well, we're glad you stopped by and just talked for a little bit. And I love what you're doing for local spins. I think it's great. You got to have the visual for those that didn't attend or didn't see.
Right. That's one of the things I like to capture is kind of show people that might not have been at a show. And that's why I think it's important to cover even some of the shows that I think in my mind should have huge attendance, but they might not because of the night of the week.
Yep.
But then
The weather,
yeah, whether it be the weather, night of the week, or and then just kind of showcase.
Yeah. And I'm with you. We need to get back to 7 days a week.
That's right.
People out. And so that means people got to get out
Yeah.
and go to these shows.
Yep, they've got to get out. Go
Because
to
if
the
the band's
shows,
not there,
buy
I don't blame the
music.
venues for not having more opportunities.
Right.
There's definitely the bands available.
Mm-hmm. There is. It's like around just Kalamazoo. I think that's what's so great about our West Michigan scene.
Yeah.
If you look at some bigger cities, it's like Kalamazoo to Grand Rapids, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It takes you 45 minutes to get across Detroit, or
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
that time across Chicago. So it's
Yep.
like we're kind of like one large community. We're just separated by more miles than some of the bigger cities.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, Derek.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me. I
For
really
sure.
appreciate it.
So, guys, we're talking to Hand of Giants.
What's up?
Hey.
Yeah.
What's happening?
So what do we got here?
Hand of
the band.
Giants, not Hands of Giants.
Correct. Singular.
There you
Hand
go.
of Giants.
Just want to double check.
My name is Michael Kreppel.
I'm Paul Quant.
Yeah.
And you guys are playing what? What do you guys do in the band?
I sing and play guitar.
I try to play guitar.
No, he's a shredder.
But you're not the whole band.
Oh no.
I know that.
Way no,
I
no
know
way.
that.
No, we have a big band. We have six piece. My wife also sings, and we have
Cool.
keyboards, bass, and drums.
All right.
Yeah.
Now this project, I want you to tell it because it probably messed this up. But this started a few years back, right? And what was the reasoning for that?
It actually started in the idea for the band came as a bookend for my cancer journey.
That's right.
And it wasn't even going to be like a band, but it was going to be a band that went into the studio. Really longtime friends of mine, Greg Lisaraga from Barrel Bones.
Oh, Barrel Bones, yeah.
John Connors, he's with everybody. He played with Verve Pipe. He's with Frog King. I'm trying to remember who else he's playing with. Anyway, John Connors, legend in the Grand Rapids area, and another friend, Jimmy Scott. I grew up with those guys, and so when the idea came as a bookend, because basically the Cliff Notes version of the cancer journey was you get diagnosed, you go through hell, you get treatment, and then you live in fear constantly. And so I needed something to like signify that I was through the torture. Why not do a band concept?
Yeah.
So then what I did is I wrote probably 25 songs and I sent them to the guys and got feedback. This one, yes, no on this one. This one is cool, but maybe we take this part from this one. And so we did 12 songs. We recorded them in 3 days at River City in Grand Rapids.
Sweet.
This is back in 2015, I think.
Okay.
We ended up releasing that record in 2017. We did a big fundraiser at Tip Top. We came in from LA because that's where my wife and I were living at the time.
Hey.
So then fast forward, we're in Los Angeles. We have a band together. COVID hits. We actually played February 29th, right before the world shut down, at a small club in Burbank called Universal Bar and Grill. And it was packed and it was awesome. The world shut down, did a bunch of songs during COVID. And Jackie, my wife, and I decided to leave LA and move back to Michigan, where I'm from.
Yeah.
Then in 2023, it was actually Christmas of 22. Paul played his first gig with us. So he's been in since then. And it's just, we finally got the really solid meat and potatoes part of the band together. I mean, it's just so good.
Ooh.
Really.
Funny part is I only live a mile from him.
Yeah.
So that works out perfect.
Whose house do you practice at?
Mine. Mine.
Nice and easy drive.
Yeah.
He's got the studio. I mean, it's the sickest layout.
Jeff, you only live 2 miles from me, 3 miles from me.
Right, yeah.
Nice.
That's the way it works. So good. So what's going on with you guys? Obviously played down here at Sounds of the Zoo today. Awesome. What's up and coming for the Hand of Giants?
Hand of Giants is looking to do, we've already got tentative bookings at a place up in Cadillac called Coyote Crossing. They do national acts come in there.
Heard of them.
I worked with them, so I kind of, in exchange, it was like, my band really wants to come in and play here.
Sure.
I played him a couple songs and he was like, okay, let's do it. He heard him and he was like, this is where it's at.
Cool.
So actually, Paul brought us down here. He knows Jennifer, and so we came down and we're doing this today. Happened to stumble into you guys. We're doing bigger shows. We're not going to do a lot of small things anymore.
Because it's probably limited time, just like everything.
Well, here's the catch with that. Here's the catch with that. I just had more health scares, and it was like the blanket of content and making a good living and all of that was just like ripped off my face. I'm like, oh my God, it all matters all the time. We got to do some cool shit, guys.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, we're not doing these smaller things. We're going to do like,
it's one way to light a fire, man.
Yeah. Serious. No joke. We're going to do bigger shows.
Good for you.
And that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome.
So
now you guys did release a couple songs earlier this year, right? So what's the plans there for more music coming out?
So the way that it's gone so far, and it's about to change pretty drastically, I've written everything up to this point, mostly during COVID, and then the cancer portion of like picking up the pieces of the record that I did with Greg and Jim and John. That did its thing, and we used that to raise money for my wife's nonprofit and all of that stuff. So when COVID hit, I just was alone, and I started writing all these songs, and I just put them out. Well, these are the songs we're kind of playing now.
Okay.
So now with the band together and really wanting the input from Paul and Zach and Randy and Jackie, we're going to start writing as a band. I've got the studio. We can record anytime. And so once we get some stuff done, then we're going to release some new singles and things like that.
Sweet.
Before the end of the year, we'll probably have a single out. Something like that.
Okay. Cool.
Right. Let it rain.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. So for people who don't know, and we didn't even lead off with this, so what type of music, for those that don't know anything about Hand of Giants, what would you explain or describe it?
Boy, it's really kind of tough. We have a lot of different influences that come out, but I would have to say that we're heavily rooted in 70s rock, but it's not quite 70s rock. it's a little bit of Aerosmith, it's a little bit of Foghat, it's a little bit of Skinner, it's a little bit of Nazareth, but with really good vocals and musicianship. It's like I'm a big Allman Brothers fan and also Van Halen. So all of our influences are able to come out in what we're doing. We're definitely not a Bon Jovi, and I'm not dissing Bon Jovi
For sure.
by any means. We're definitely not that.
Okay.
80s rock is fantastic, but we're certainly more stripped down rock and roll. Just let's go raw.
Yeah.
It's good.
I like it.
I think your description's good because that's where I put my head when I hear you guys' music, is that back to that 70s rock. I mean, it's more modern, right? It's something new, but it has that feel to set you back. So
yeah, I love it.
We do too. It's just so much fun to play with musicians that are competent, and we're all at the level where we think something and we can play it. There's no more of this. Hey, we're going to be playing in the key of the gods in A, and okay, let's explore that. But Randy will start something, and then we'll all just kind of fall in. And I think that's an amazing thing when musicians can talk between themselves without even speaking. Their instruments are doing all the talking, and then Michael will start coming up with a verse or something, some type of a melody. And I'm quick on melodies. Like that's where the hook for me is melodies and big choruses.
Yeah.
So if you want to hook me, that's it.
Yeah.
But I think that we all care about the music so much that we don't want to have our name associated with something that's just like a turd.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
For sure.
I mean, this band is everything to me. It really has become more than just an idea, right? It now having it where it's at with the players like Paul and Randy and Brian and Zach. I mean, everybody brings it to such a level where now the importance of it is even more important because to me, it's like we could get a call at 20 Monroe Live or whatever it's called now or whatever and say, hey, could you guys do this show last minute? And we're like, yep, we can do that.
Yep.
We can absolutely do
That's cool.
So we
Good
rehearse every week. It means a lot to us to not sound like a hobby band.
Right.
And, like you said, musicianship. And what's great for me is I can throw out the scatterbrain
Stuff.
like that, and it all lands, and everybody goes, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
And it's
They understand.
exactly where, like, I see Paul's got a guitar riff, and I can, like, visualize a song instead of just, oh, that was a cool, funky guitar riff.
Yeah.
You start thinking,
That's
okay,
cool.
things like this could go in here, this kind of keyboard part. I'm done writing for people. Like, these guys are all way competent enough to do their own stuff. What I like to do is make sure that it's well written.
Right.
Gotcha.
The songs are well written. There's a definitive intro. Now it's I think more than ever is the verses have to be a hook as well as the choruses have to be. It's like constantly.
That's a lot of work.
Getting engaged by the song.
I also think we're trying to put Michigan music on the map as well as being recognized. It's like when people say a Nashville recording artist, that's supposed to be impressive. It used to be, but now anybody can be a Nashville recording artist at home with a digital audio workstation. It's like
they just happen to know somebody in Nashville.
Exactly. Yeah. So now we're Northern Michigan rock. It's like how do we?
I coined it called Northern Rock. I'm like, this is the northern version of Southern rock.
Yeah.
It's like Clutch. It's like blue collar, aggressive, in your face, tons of melody,
but still makes you smile.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I love Clutch. That's
All right.
great. I love that. That's awesome.
That's cool.
You guys, thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, thanks for being on.
Hand of Giants. This is awesome.
How can people find you?
Facebook is Hand of Giants, and Instagram is Hand of Giants Official.
But all the streaming platforms have your music.
Yes, all of them.
All right.
Every single one of them, we're on there somehow, some way. And YouTube, there's videos.
Great.
Yeah. Check it out.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Awesome.
We've got Jeff from Sacred Springs.
Jeff, I'm Ryan.
Ryan, I'm Jeff.
Great to meet you, man. I heard all sorts of interesting things already.
I always hear interesting things.
Yeah, I bet. You seem like that kind of guy.
So I saw your sign earlier. We were talking about this a little bit, but I forget the words you exactly said. Something along the lines of the kombucha infused with music. I know that's not the word.
Sound. Yeah.
Infused with sound
vibration.
and intention.
Yeah. Yep. So I think or say different intentional words at the same time as like, there's the sound of the kombucha cans cracking open.
Yeah.
So I'll use singing bowls. Nice. We're in tune with the song playing.
So you do this while you're fermenting.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
That's cool.
I got these good old tuning forks here. So like if you guys have your hands on the table, you'll feel through the table. The whole thing starts vibrating.
Yep.
And then of course, everybody's favorite. I got the old didgeridoo here. I'm gonna use your mic there, Ryan.
What's that?
Let's use your mic. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, baby.
That is awesome.
That's wicked.
So I was making kombucha at home, and I had like 2 different tables of it, and some of them had these singing bowls. And I noticed that the stuff that was vibrating with the singing bowls, the culture was growing different, and the kombucha was tasting cleaner and smoother.
What?
So, scientifically, the sugar suspends in the middle, yeast and bacteria hits the sides, and it keeps vibrating it together. And then as a person who likes meditation and such, the fact that I get to play these singing bowls, didgeridoo, and tuning forks while I'm brewing, like puts me in a meditative, clear state.
You got to be chilled out, man.
Yeah.
A really good mood. Wow.
That is wicked cool.
Yeah.
That's different. I love it.
Yeah, it's me.
That's so cool. So what got you into brewing kombucha, though?
Back in '99, I was in Eugene, Oregon, and I was organic vegan, and someone's like, they got this drink over there, and if you drink it, you feel amazing. I'm like, I feel amazing. I drank it, man, and it was like another level. So when my son was born in 2004, I was like, all right, whatever that kombucha stuff was, I'm going to start making it. And that was going to be my legacy. And, and next thing I knew, my business partner had his first child 8 years ago. And it's like, what are we going to do? And I was like, well, we got this sound-infused kombucha we make. So we make kombucha and hard kombucha and honey wine mead.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Nice.
And I vibrate everything.
Yeah.
And, that's what we do. We vibrate everything. We ferment. And people are like, how'd you think of this? And it's like, what do you think monks were doing for thousands of years before we started moving into these, these breweries that are so sanitary and clean?
Yeah.
So
interesting. That's
Great
a good. I never thought about the monk thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
That's my job.
Yeah. Right. For sure. We need to learn from the masters like you.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
So I used to be a professional musician and tour the country, and I'm a bass player. And when my son was born, I just wanted to be with him. And, this is how I found to keep music a part of my world. And we've got a small venue in my tap room, seats like 20, 25 people. So we do like real intimate shows. And a lot of times, like some of these bands, you'll see like one person from the band will come and play something totally different than what you'd see him playing on stage. It gives, so I played lots of coffee shops where there was blenders and grinders, and lots of bars where there's clanking and noise. And I just wanted to create like a listening room environment for people, and it's kid friendly, so you can bring your kids out and culture them up and everything with
Sacred Springs.
Yeah.
So when do you do shows?
The only thing I promise is the third Thursday of every month at 7 p.m. I do a sound experience where I bring in a guy with percussion and gongs, and I get out my singing bowls and didgeridoo, and we lock the door and take people on like a 25-minute journey.
Sweet.
Other than that, whenever people feel like coming out and playing, I like it to be all over the place, because some people, with kids, like, they got bedtime. So I want to show at 4 p.m. or I want to show, at 8 p.m. where like the parents are like, put the kid to bed and can get out. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Flexibility.
That's
gotta
cool.
have that.
Yeah. But everything's just sound and vibration for me.
That is
such a cool thing.
Yeah.
I love it, and I could smell the incense throughout the day. I was like, "Hey, I'm digging this. Smells good. It was nice."
I'm that guy.
Yeah, it was great. It was the opposite of boring. Typically, it'd be like, "Okay, I'm just smelling weed, and that's about it." But nope, I got a little something that smells better.
Yeah.
I liked it.
So I mean, I got to ask, how's it taste?
It's good.
I'm like a drink that's not a soda or a beer. It's just not. I don't typically drink anything like that. I love this.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
So what are we drinking here? I'm drinking Trop Hoppings.
Yep, that's a pineapple with Simcoe hops in it.
Okay. And
got
what's Ryan got?
I got Flower of Life.
That's
it's
freaking delicious.
That's elderberry, elderflower, hibiscus, jasmine, and rosehip. And it goes with the whole sacred geometry theme. The flower of life is sacred geometry.
Yeah. All
Drop
right.
Hopics was the guys at Creston Brewing. He used to be the manager at Founders, and when they had to rip up their hops to expand, he brought the hops home. I was at Creston. He had growlers full of hops. I'm like, give me one of those. I'll do something with it. And Drop Hopics is great for like the gluten-free drinker, or the pregnant lady who can't drink but wants to get some hops in their life.
This is
cool.
I would totally buy this. Like, I drink water a lot. I drink 3 of these a day.
Yeah.
I could add in a little something with flavor like this. This is freaking good.
And there's water in it too.
Yeah, like this is awesome. It's delicious.
So cool. That's very, very cool. When you were traveling earlier in your career, when you were a musician, I mean, you're still a musician, but when you were playing and performing, what's one thing that stood out in your time touring and playing?
If during set break you go connect with the audience and you get to know them, and then that way, when you're touring, you're playing for people who've never seen you before, and so you want to connect with them, and which leads me to like why we have a tap room instead of just being in stores. I like people. I want to connect with them, and that was my main thing. Like, I'd come back from set break and I'd be like, you guys, let's open with this song and next set. And they'd be like, no, we got a set list. I'm like, trust me.
Yeah.
And we'd open with, and they'd look at me. I'd be like, yeah, I was hanging with those people.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yep.
All about connection. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I love it.
Yeah. People everywhere like to connect.
Playing with and playing. I don't want to say. I know where your point is, but like also it's like playing to your audience, right?
Yeah.
Play what they want to hear.
Sharing a moment with them, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like they're going to give. There's going to be a reciprocation, a give back. I'm sure lots of musicians will talk to you about that. Like, you give something to the audience, they give something back to you. Next thing you know, your music's going another level.
Yeah.
They start dancing differently, and smiles happen.
Having a good time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, cool. It was good talking with Jeff. I'm glad we connected here. How can people find you? Where can you find your tap room?
Yeah, so we're in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we're on Wealthy Street in like the Easttown area. It's 1059 Wealthy Street Southeast, Suite B.
Okay.
And that's where you're gonna find us, and nowhere else because we're not in stores.
Can people order?
Nope.
You got to come in.
Yep. It's just like going to Lake Michigan. You don't get to order it and have it dropped off at your house.
No,
you got to go to it.
Show up.
Yeah.
Show up.
Water is life.
Bring your wallet.
Love it.
Or your phone. Your card or whatever.
Yeah. Or a big hug and a smile, and I'm like, here you go. You're gonna drink.
Oh yeah. Go check out Psychic Springs in Grand Rapids. We'll go see a show. We need to find a time to go and check some out. Like, we're excited. This is a cool thing. We dig it.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Our final interview of the Sounds of the Zoo Festival was with Laura Rain of Laura Rain and the Caesars.
So, Laura, how are you? Awesome performance tonight.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it very much.
Thank you. It was fun. It's our first time we played here 2 years ago, first year of Sounds of the Zoo with our band. And then this year, just my husband and I came up, and it's really fun. We write all of our own music and have over 5 albums and 7 singles in our set.
Yeah.
To start releasing some singles coming up here soon.
Okay.
Soon, very soon. So we're just starting to ramp up now.
Okay.
So, George and myself, it's really the core and the basis of all we do comes from what you see up there.
Okay. Yeah. Now, how much do you guys do? Just the two of you versus the full band?
So usually with the duo, we'll work locally. We'll do smaller venues, restaurants, sometimes some maybe private parties that are a little on the quieter side.
Mm-hmm.
But we did do another festival with the duo this year too. So, I think my husband was somewhat hesitant to do that because he is a band person, always feels that it should be a band. I said, sometimes you do with what you have. Sometimes the venue and the situation doesn't allow for the band. The band, we tour all over the country with the band and do big festivals, and it can equally be a good experience, and it's different, but you still get the essence of what we do and what we do is the same no matter who is with us.
Right. And it sounded great. I mean,
Thank
with
you.
just the two of you. So, and I haven't seen you with the whole band, which I can only imagine how more full that sound would be.
Yeah.
Those additional. But yeah, it was cool. Like, I was digging it for sure.
I actually told Jennifer, I said, it's actually harder to perform with
Less people.
the duo because I guess, you're on the spot. When you're on a bigger stage, you feel like you have to fill that up. Yeah. So you actually have to work harder, which is good. I mean, it's like, okay, I'm out of my comfort zone. I don't have 3 other people to rely on. It's all me or it's all you.
Yeah, right.
So it's a whole nother dynamic and a muscle that, you're always strengthening.
I do have to ask. So, have you had voice lessons over the years? Because your voice was so powerful and strong. I'm like, she had to have had like really good voice lessons or something, right?
I did. I tell you that the voice is different on any given day.
Oh.
There are notes and things that I can't do no matter how much I warm up, and it's a very temperamental instrument. But I am classically trained.
Okay.
I'm classically trained as a Verdi soprano. I went through 4.5 years of classical training. But, it really was a gift that was just kind of beamed down. Came from, but I've been like this since I was, 2.5. I used to dress up and walk around the neighborhood when I was 3-4 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Mother would look at me like, what is she doing?
I have 2 daughters, and they will absolutely love who you are. I feel like they could be your daughters, maybe. We have the same vibe at home. We have the same vibe as my family as you personify here today.
That's great.
That's our jam.
I feel like, I'm a 12-year-old. I'm always 12. And it's good to be creative and find that that energy of wonder as a child. I think it's really important as a creative person to keep that and to really play. I always tell my son, who's 7, that's okay. Keep playing. If you want to dress up like a superhero, you're only 7. Go for it. Yeah. I still dress up like a superhero, and I'm not 7.
Yeah.
I'm 12.
There you go. That's awesome. Our biggest debate is the girls never want to have the same color hair at the same time. So it's always like, but one of them always wants blue, but the other one can't. So it's either pink or orange or green. So whoever doesn't get blue, it is like that's the deciding the biggest decision that they'll make that month or that every other month.
It's the hair.
Yeah. They don't want the same color at the same time.
Oh, I fear for your budget, your beauty budget.
Look, my wife, we have a salon in our basement. My wife, she is a hairdresser.
There you go.
All right. Is that even a term you use these days, the hairdresser?
Okay. Hairstylist, hairdresser.
Yes, she has a salon in the basement. She does exclusively women's hair.
That's amazing. My aunts used to have the hair salon in the basement.
So handy.
I
get
love
haircuts like all the time. I love it.
So Laura, you what are some of your influences? I can guess, but I want you to kind of explain where's this come from? This soul, this groove.
Some of my earliest influences were I guess funk and soul, Shaka Khan, the Gap Band. Anything that would have this thump, Patti LaBelle, that really would grab me. And, like the groove of some of the, retro rock, like Foreigner and these kinds of things, just the lyrics and the choruses. And so all of these kind of combined, but it was always about the rhythm and the voice. So a lot of gospel music, a lot of blues, a lot of soul. It's kind of all mixed in rock and kind of progresses as I digest my, my music growing up.
How you guys doing?
So if people ask me what my influences are, I say, well, blues, soul, gospel, and what we play. Well, it's Detroit music because you got the raw nerve energy. You've got the gospel tip, as a lot of our lyrics are, inspirational and for me, positive. I try to lift people up that are going through, something hard.
Yeah, for sure. And you're carrying on the torch, Detroit music.
Thank you. That's a really high regard there, and I hold that close to my heart. We do the best we can to try to bring light to our amazing city and our great state of Michigan, and promote positivity. And with Jennifer promoting positive change through music, and really that's all we try to do with our music.
Yeah, awesome. And there's so much going on in the Michigan scene. So in Detroit,
So much.
It's
Like I don't even recognize a lot of these artists. They're coming. We have a whole new generation of artists that are so talented and interesting, and so many things going on. So it's a very exciting time.
They're just popping up everywhere. It's like every other day. It's a new band.
Well, where can people find Laura Rain, the Caesars?
So laurarain.net is our website. We are on Facebook, Laura Rain and the Caesars, on Instagram at Ms. Laura Rain, on TikTok at the real Laura Rain or whatever. So I'm easy to find. You just punch in my name and
Perfect.
I'm there.
That's awesome. I offered him a seat. We have a fourth microphone. He could have just got your attention right here on air.
This is Lauro. This is my son. He wanted me to introduce him, so you can
do it. Introduce him.
Down, it's Laurel.
Laurel.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. I like that. That's different.
Well, thanks for coming on, Laura.
Thanks so much for having me.
Beautiful voice.
To see you guys again.
For sure.
If you like this episode, check out all of our episodes on your favorite streaming platform,
or even our website, themittenmusic.com.
Or if you want short clips of our episodes, check out our socials.
We got Facebook,
we have Instagram,
we got TikTok,
and YouTube.
We're all over the social media game.
Make sure to check out some live Michigan music or listening on your favorite streaming platform.